Yes guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a new video, and just a quick one from me today. I hope you've all enjoyed the weekend, looking forward to the start of a new week, and there is quite a bit coming out over the weekend about Newcastle and about the ongoing dramas that is Botman and Hugo Ekitike, with the big news being that Dan Ashworth was at the Netherlands under-21s game yesterday to see them in action against Wales. Sven Botman featured for Netherlands under-21s, and obviously that has got a lot of people quite excited that he was out that game. Now, there is a little bit more to that than meets the eye. I did see it, I did get excited over it, and I think it's still good to see, but I think there may have also been an underlying reason of why he was at that game, so I will talk about that in a second. I also wanted to take the chance to talk about Hugo Ekitike. Again, he's a man that Newcastle have been linked with for, again, ages. Since January, it has now continued on through the summer, and it's the same for both Ekitike and Botman. Both are away on international duty. Botman under-21s Netherlands, Ekitike under-20s France, have been playing in a tournament this summer. However, and you might have seen this a few days ago, Hugo Ekitike pulled up with a hamstring injury just 5 minutes into the second half of the semi-final, which France did win and are playing in the final tonight. Probably in about an hour's time if you're watching this when I release the video. And Hugo Ekitike won't be featuring because of the fact that he was injured. Having said that, I've not actually seen anywhere to say that he definitely has been removed from the squad. I imagine he has. It's that hamstring problem again. And I'll say again because I did a video a couple of weeks ago now talking about Hugo Ekitike, the positives, the negatives, the positives being 19-year-old lad, highest teenage goal scorer across all of Europe this season. Clearly a lot to his game to bring to Newcastle or anywhere he would go this summer. Negatives, he missed about 3 months of football last season because of that hamstring injury. And I said at the time in that video that you could say that injuries are part of football, and it could well be that that's the only injury he ever has. But we've seen quite quickly that unfortunately that injury's come back to haunt him already, and that's, you know, not long after the end of the season. Now, I've seen people come out and say that at the end of the day, he's only 19 and he has been worked into the ground this season. When he has been fit, he's played every game. He came back after not, again, he had a bit of time out. I think he had about a month out from the injury originally. Rems brought him back, played him again, and then he picked up an injury straight away and was out for a further 2 months. And even then, with 2 games left of the season, they played him in the last 2 games where he actually got a goal and an assist, and then has been shipped straight off into a tournament for the under-21. So he has been worked quite hard, and no one knows the exact depth of the injury at this time. From what I can tell, it's trying to be played off as it's not too serious. Ekitike himself posted on Twitter, I think it was a smiley face, a football, and a bicep emoji, basically to say that I'm fine. Now, he's going to say that, isn't he, really? Because he's getting linked to a summer move this window. The club wants the money. He wants the move. He's not going to come out and go, well, actually, I'm crocked, am I? He's going to come out and say, I'm fine. Obviously, Newcastle will have the medical. Newcastle will look him over, and they're not going to just walk into it blind and go, oh, yeah, I'm sure he'll be fine. I think it's quite, if it wasn't already obvious from the injury in the summer, I think there's definitely obvious reason to be potentially concerned with the signing. Now, again, Newcastle are going to have, you know, especially with the new owners, a cracking medical team. They're going to take a proper look at him. They're going to make sure he's all right. And then when he does sign, they're going to make sure that he's being treated correctly. Again, I'm even reading this morning about the fact that some doctor's opinions of how quickly he was brought back. Was that too soon, and all that kind of stuff. So I think definitely in the Premier League, and again with new owners and what Newcastle can offer, will be in a good place to make sure he's okay coming into this side. And in terms of the transfer, I've actually seen 2 sides of this story, because I've seen one side of the story which says because he's injured, because this tournament got cut short, he could well be in Newcastle even sooner to be looked at and spoken to. On the other side, again, because he's injured, could that now delay the transfer? Are Newcastle going to want to jump in with 2 feet when really they want to have a possibly a longer look at him? Can they really get a good look at his current fitness abilities? He can't exactly come in and do a few runs on the treadmill if he's got an injured leg. So are they going to have to nurse that back to fitness before Newcastle can take a proper look at him? Again, it's being reported by Fabrizio Romano and various outlets that his agent was due in Newcastle tomorrow, Monday, for the start of the window. And again, him and Sven Botman wanting to get them in quick following the end of their international duty so that we can look at them, get it signed, and then they can go and have the holiday. The fact that he has been injured and got injured again so quickly is one to look out for, I think is the way I'd put it. It's one to be aware of. So let me know your thoughts on the Ekitike stuff down below. Is this going to bring the transfer forward because he's come home early, or is it going to delay it because we're now going to have to look into it more? And will Newcastle even just go, you know what, should we consider something different? Let me know your thoughts on that down below. Now then, as for Dan Ashworth and Sven Botman, well, Dan Ashworth was spotted yesterday in Wales at the Wales under-21s game versus Netherlands under-21s game. Sven Botman was playing in that game, and understandably, he got pictured on Twitter, on Facebook. Everyone's getting very excited. I'm thinking, hang on, Dan Ashworth does not hang around. He is down there. He's going to grab him by the neck at half time and get him and say, right, get your pen out. Let's get this signed, sealed and done. Obviously, it's exciting stuff. Obviously, he is there and no doubt will have his eye on Botman playing in that game. Botman actually played the first half, came off for the second. Netherlands did win that game thanks to a last-minute goal. The stats that I was seeing on Botman on long passes, possession, just for a first half performance looked tremendous, by the way. But anyway, as excited as everyone is and was about that, there is a little more than meets the eye, because Dan Ashworth's son, Zach Ashworth, is a left-back for West Brom and was in the Wales squad for that game. He did not actually get on and feature in that game, but there was a possibility that maybe Dan Ashworth was actually there to see his own son play football and might have not just been there for Botman. So, you know, there's a little more than meets the eye of what everyone originally had said about that one, but for me it's still big news. And I'm fairly confident that he would have possibly tried to grab the chance to maybe have a word with them at half-time or at full-time. Now, obviously, he's away on international duty. I don't know if really Botman's going to be allowed to speak to him without his agent, etc. But for a player that we are obviously very interested in, to have gone down there firsthand and got to see him in action. And again, from what I've seen of the stats coming out of that game, I didn't watch it. I watched a few bits, to be fair. It was streamed live on YouTube, so I did see a little bit of it. Was not able to catch the whole thing. I was out most of the day yesterday. But from what I did see, yeah, it looked good. And again, the stats coming out on his first half performance were very good. But it's the same with Botman as it was with Ekitike. Coming to the end of, you know, that break away with the national squad, he is also going to now go away on a holiday, take a break before coming back, and to be able to get it done before he goes away that's the ideal timing. We would ideally like it done so he goes away, comes back, and then joins the squad and plays the pre-season for both players, if possible. And again, the most recent update in terms of Newcastle, AC Milan, what's actually happening, what's going to happen next? Well, it's understood that AC Milan have apparently taken a step back in the fight for Sven Botman, basically down to Lille obviously want the most money they can get out of this player. And when you've got two teams fighting for him, you're going to try and get the most you can. It's understood that AC Milan have pretty much gone in for that 30-35 million mark and have said that's it. We're not going to go any further. And as we know, Newcastle are in quite a nice place now with the new owners, that we've matched that and then also placed an additional 10-15 million on top in instalments. So Newcastle are actually bidding closer to 45 million and they're closer to around 30. So it will be very interesting to see what happens over the next week or maybe 2 weeks, because again, I don't think it's unlikely that Newcastle will come back later in the window with another name they're interested in, and fire a few bids around as the summer goes on, see where we get to. But it's a big thing to try and get stuff done early, especially when, again, we've got 2 players here who have finished the season, have been sent straight out on international duty. They're going to now want to go and have a break, and then before you know it, the pre-season has started. We're almost coming into this week or 2 week period before the players finish international duty and then head off on holiday, where Newcastle seemingly would ideally like to just get them done there and then they can go away and the players can rejoin. Obviously, it's not to say that they'll go away and we might speak to them again in 3 weeks' time, but this is almost like the ideal time to just get it done, and I think that's why there is just a lot coming out on this. I don't genuinely think ASHWORTH maybe would have got the chance to speak to Sven Botman, maybe, unless Botman's agent was there as well, stood in the office with ASHWORTH waiting for him to come off at half time. Right, lad, get in here, let's have this chat. But we will have to wait and see. If you guys have enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. I have a big video coming out tomorrow. So if you've watched this far into the video, by the way, we're right at the end now, please drop a like and subscribe. I really appreciate all the support coming to the channel right now. We did hit 30,000 subscribers, so I really thank you. I will do a more official video on that on Tuesday, I think. But tomorrow, I've got a big video planned. So if you're not subscribed, please do. Thank you for watching as always, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'll catch you later.